Hey guys, back with another Maplestory video here. This time, Paladin content finally post V4, Damien and Lucid. This is our third run post V4, and I have to say, this was the best run we've had out of the three. And me personally, I think our team finally figured out how to deal with the lack of rezzing, how to change up our priority as far as when to use our bishop res, I think we ended up using like our Paladin reses, our Phantom Paladin res, and then we time leaped before we even used bishop res. I don't even think we used bishop res on any of these runs because we sort of saved it for a complete wipe type of situation. And I think that is the one thing that we felt was the best, because in our previous runs we actually did fail a few times, and it was because we used bishop res like we normally would. We would use it when there was like two deaths left, 3 deaths left, and when there was a huge mass wipe, like Rotted was on the ground, or we died to World Tree and it was unrecoverable, we were stuck in a bad spot and we had to start all over. So we decided that really holding on to that bishop res when it's must needed, last second, end of the fight, even if we only use it once, right? Instead of trying to think like, oh, if we use it mid-fight, like 5 minutes into the run, we'll have it back at the 7-minute mark or later on. But I think that didn't really work out as we expected. And so we just made sure that one time that we did use the bishop res, if it ever did come, that we would make sure it was worth it. Make sure it was the emergency like pass or fail type of situation. And so when we did that, we made that change. It made it a lot easier, and we ended up taking early lives or death counts when we normally wouldn't have, but we still ended up with, I think, 7 or 8 lives remaining. So I mean, the team did great regardless. We didn't die too many times. We did a great job in the altars. We even missed World Tree later in this fight, so that didn't help, but we still were able to get through it. We actually were able to clear World Tree. Our altar team did a great job once again, kind of carrying the team. And I think that is one of the things that people don't really understand, that you don't necessarily need all the biggest, baddest DPS. You need people to play their roles. And if your role is to do altar, that is the most important priority. And so sometimes DPS charts are misleading, like the aggro is carrying and there's only a few DPS carrying, and other people at the bottom don't deserve to be on the team. And I think that's incorrect. And I think that the people at the bottom, one, cannot use fair trade. So right, they're naturally going to do less damage, especially without shades or other crit res options, or just maybe not as much crit rate in general. But they're also, sacrificing their DPS. They're really sometimes being sacrificial lambs out there, standing on the altar, dying to popcorn or orbs just to get the clear, right? So I think it's unfair to just assume that DPS is everything and is everything you need, because sometimes having too many big aggros, too many big DPS actually makes aggro worse. Like right here, the altar team kind of had to stand there. We didn't have anyone for popcorn, and they just stand there and took it. Cleared the altar. One person died, but I mean, they did their job. And so we're coming up on World Tree right here, and I think we end up missing the stun. Like we stun right when World Tree comes, so it was a split second too late again. I honestly suck at World Tree stuns. I always wait till the last second, or I'm too early. So like right there, it was immediately on the World Tree. We're all on the ground, and an altar comes right there. And somehow, some way, I think we get this clear. Yeah, we cleared altar somehow after World Tree, after all the chaos with the orbs. And I mean, that's kind of what it takes. Like that could have fell apart very quickly if we didn't get that. And we ended up taking a life there. I think we ended up taking a few lives after this. But these single deaths, in the grand scheme of things, like we could have got 10 out of 10. But just to play it safe, 8 out of 10 feels like a huge win right now. This is a PR for me, but I think 2 out of my 3 runs are around this time, DPS as well. So I'm trying to get a better grasp of rotations and when to use my burst and when to use my skills. But that feels like pretty close to my cap personally with this team and kind of with the time of run and my current gear. But that was pretty nice. I mean, yeah, it looks misleading, of course. But again, we have 5 people doing alters, people doing supports, and doing other things to help the team clear. And that was as smooth as it gets. And it doesn't really look like that unless the alter team really is on top of it, doing their job and, you know, kind of prioritizing that over DPS. And of course, orbs were very good as well. And then Lucid. Lucid is, I mean, I see it all the time, right? People are clearing Lucid with 0 lives left. It's still pretty challenging, especially for newer teams. And this is a newer team. This is most of these people actually, this is only their 3rd clear. They've only been clearing since V4. So I'm really proud of this run, specifically our altar person. I mean, if you don't know, altar, the cleanser, the statue person is the most important role in Lucid. And if you can time that out, if you know when to cleanse altars at the right time, you really can significantly improve the run of the team and just the time. So like previously, we were clearing around 7 minutes with this team because we were just a split second too late on cleanses. Like we would cleanse and then minigame would come while we were cleansing. And so it was very unfortunate. We had a few of those instances, but this run was pretty much perfect from the cleanse and the team situation time-wise. And it started with phase 1. I think we had a weird phase where in between our shells, like right here, we have shell going 4, 3, 2, 1, and then right for this split second when it goes away and the next shell comes, add spawn, and then someone died. And then resed him, and then again, this next rotation, I don't know, I don't think he may have got shell or something, like that shell didn't register for him, but he died again to add. So really unfortunate. It would have been a perfect phase 1. I mean, obviously we still got 10 deaths left, didn't get to dragon, so very good, much improved for our team specifically. And then going into phase 2, we timed our stuns a little bit better, got a bit more DPS going, and were able to cleanse and actually get to dragon this first rotation around. I think that was huge for us, getting into a nice rhythm. And you see Zed over here pretty much just standing on the statue. So once we did enough DPS, right here, he cleansed right there. And we're actually going to get one more cleanse going. And unfortunately he died, but tried to get that res going, get him up, and then stand on the statue again. So that was really clutch by him. Did a much better job. Here's the cleanse coming right now. And then we get dragon. So that was as good as it gets. We get full, pretty much all of our burst cooldowns coming back up. So he's going to be able to cleanse even more. Dragon's here. He cleansed again. And now we're just DPSing. Right? We're able to use our iframes here. DPS while dragon comes down. And I think we just miss this altar, this cleanse right here. Yeah, right there. Like he was just short. But, I mean, first 3 minutes, we already got down to 40%. Really, really good time here. And now we're just trying to get through minigame. Like, we could have used our bishop res there, but it didn't feel worth it, right? And it didn't feel like, and Lucid's a little bit weird with the platforms and Pally reses not being able to hit people, not being able to res people. So, 9 deaths, could have been 10, but overall the team did a great job here and mainly not dying to charge. And yeah, he goes for the cleanse right here. Not dying to the charge. Cleanse again, perfect. He moved from the right to the left there, and that is kind of what it takes. Get a stun in, cleanse again, and yeah, we're going to get dragon here. all their cooldowns are going to pop right back up, and we're going to pretty much push right through. Dragon coming soon. There it is. And yeah, so lined up perfectly for me. Honestly, this was an insane PR. I think my previous one was like 140 build DPM. And yeah, everything lined up perfectly. I was able to get my burst back up, get my V4 and V3 lined up with Defense Smash 4 here, and pretty much just burst it down, do crazy damage. My DPS spiked a ton right there at the last second and hit that 202 bill DPM mark. So, I mean, it honestly worked out perfectly for me. Obviously, the team did a great job surviving. 7 deaths could have been, wasn't even an issue at all. And yeah, those are our Damien Lucid runs post V4. Pretty insane to see. But yeah, our team is getting the hang of it, figuring it out with the reses, and crushing. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.